put one Zergling into each of these bases and essentially only be wasting like $300 or less. So you're just kind of lucky that he would even let you hide a base. Also, overlords are free, and he can be scouting those bases with overlords. So don't get too used to hiding bases against Zerg either. Oh, and always morph a command center. The first thing you want to do is morph it. I know in this case that you would have lost more money if you'd morphed it, but I don't like seeing a command center grow up and then you immediately producing SCVs off of it. Like, you're better off either making an orbital or a planetary fortress than you are making SCVs. Both of those two researches are cooler. This is another funny mistake. Usually Zergs will make a bunch of Broodlords and then they'll transition away from Broodlords because they know Vikings are awesome against Broodlords. So you fought off his Broodlords, you killed them all without Vikings, and then you made a bunch of Vikings and came back with them. And the problem is that he's not going to reproduce Broodlords, so now you got a bunch of Vikings against no Broodlords. So I would just make 1 or 2 Vikings to scare him and then not make Vikings at all. Or if you're gonna end up making Vikings, you're asserting air dominance, and when you've asserted air dominance, you want to kind of force him to pay for giving up air dominance. So make a couple of Banshees or a couple of battle cruisers. But I would just not make the Vikings at all. That's the easiest way. So the problem with looking at this game and saying, hey, I won, I must have done something right, is that your opponent was horrible. It's hard to it's not, I don't know, whatever. You kind of get it, right? Look, the whole game he's had a bunch of money unspent in his bank. The whole game he's had 34 or less workers. He had complete and total map control for the entire first 15 minutes of the game, and he only took 2 bases and only got 30 workers. Max saturation on 1 base is 30. Max saturation on 2 is 60. He should have had at least 60 workers by the time your first battle happened. And he never went past 34. So he basically has been 1-basing it the entire time. Even though he had 2 hatcheries, he was basically 1-basing. 34 workers is 1 base full saturation. So you took a 2 base Terran army and beat a 1 base Zerg. Good job, but he sucked. Pew!